Americans are 13% of the population, yet they commit 55% of the murders.
Where can you show me that?
Again, anyone near you can
ChatGPT
show you the
has shown
stats, right?
proven
It's
data
right
that
there.
is-
Look. Man.
Let's read it. 70% of offenders were African American.
He was a white supremacist that hates black people. He was racist. The position that I got as a result of all these skills, all these additional things that I did was not because I was black, definitely. And if somebody said that I got it because I was black, that would be Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Funke, and in this channel I like to talk about Christian dating and tips on marriage and family life. So I had a book that I was going to review today, which is Outdated by Jonathan Pokluda. I did say in my post that I was going to review it, but we all know what happened this week. It's really been a crazy week and just really sad when I look at it from the physical perspective. So September 10th, I think that will be a day that will never be forgotten, I guess, in the history of America and even the world. That Wednesday, I just remember seeing it that he has been shot and really praying that he would make it out, but we all know what happened. I got that news, I was really shaken, and I don't really know him personally, but it was just really sad. Just the way that it happened, really callous. And at that point, I think just really looking at it from the physical perspective, I was just really feeling sorry for him, thinking, well, this guy didn't really deserve it, thinking about his family. But then I was able to watch some clips from Christian ministers like Andrew Womack, and how he was just really talking about the spiritual aspect of it. Like we're the ones that are sad. He's really happy at this moment, rejoicing with the host of heavens, just really worshiping God, enjoying the presence of God. And it's just we on the earth that are really suffering, and we on the earth are the ones that are really sad. But I think that that's one mistake the enemy makes, right? The devil. And I do know that the guy that did this, he was under the influence of the devil, because the devil is our real enemy. That's the mistake that the devil thinks. He thinks, oh, I would just shut this person up and that will be it. But he doesn't really realize that, just like Jesus on the cross, right? The devil thought, let's just kill him and that will be it. But killing him is just the beginning. It's the beginning of a lot of voice. And I think for me to just really seeing how bold he was, like that boldness, that we don't have to be ashamed about the name of Jesus. We don't have to keep silent. We should speak out. Like, we should preach the gospel. We should share the word with people around us on social media. We shouldn't be ashamed. We shouldn't let the enemy win in silencing us. When he tries to silence us, that's when our voice should even be bigger. We should come out more. We should speak out more. Then we saw the people celebrating. And again, you can look at it from the physical point of view and say, wow, what an evil bunch. What callous people. But also you can look at it from the spiritual perspective and say, yeah, even though the enemy is rejoicing, even though the enemy is happy, even though these people that are influenced by the enemy are celebrating, we know that we're doing the right thing. We know that we're on the right side of history because we're preaching the gospel. We're talking about family values. We're securing a future for our children in a world where they will live in without all the agendas of the enemy coming to pass in the lives of our future children. So I think that this is the time for all the Christian warriors to really speak out more, not to be silenced, not to be ashamed, not to be afraid. Just looking at the life of Charlie Kirk, he didn't really care. He was just really brave in what he believed in. He said the things that he said. And just looking at the way that he did it, like he really did it just really close to people, even when it wasn't safe. Like the way he was really open with it. And I think that, wow, what a life. Like just 31 years of age, and look at the impact. Even people that are older cannot boast of such impact. It's just a life of impact. So this is a dating channel. I wanted to bring out some of my favorite clips that he made about dating. First one is about going on a date with a guy. Should you split the bill 50-50 or not?
Should a man pay on the first date?
100%. Like, what kind of a wuss beta male is splitting the check? But, like, who are you? It's like, I'm just sorry. It's so. I would go into debt and like scrub dishes before a woman pays. The idea that a woman that you're trying to court Now, if it's like a friend thing
as a first date, you don't even know if she's like
matter.
The qualities
it does
are
not matter. I'm sorry. By the way, that money you save is not worth the honor that you compromise.
So I think if I go on a date with somebody and he says, "Oh, we have to split the bill," I would split it, but I would just never go on any date with that person. That's just the end of it. That's it. That's final. Because it really shows the kind of man that you are. Are you gonna provide, or are you gonna lead, or are you just gonna feel like you only have to give 50% in everything? I don't think that's the way that God has called men, to go 50-50. And if you're a man like that going 50-50, I would say definitely stop it. Stop going 50-50. Okay, let's check out my second clip here.
My piece of dating advice for men is, or for all people, save yourself for marriage. Nothing is more attractive than someone that has 0 as a body count. What's your advice?
That's a good one. I would say don't cheat on your spouse.
Seems like good advice.
But just don't cheat on your spouse.
Do not commit adultery.
Correct.
I agree. Like, definitely save yourself for marriage. I think that the way that people have gone about dating, where they've had that variety, where there's like, I read somewhere, I think someone said it, when you're dating and breaking up and you're sleeping with each other, you're practicing divorce, even if it's just break up, like practicing divorce, so then it almost seems like divorce kind of naturally. And I'm not stepping on the people that are being divorced or anything, but when you've already done it like many times, then it becomes like something that's natural. Also, if you've already like had that variety, you've already slept with so many people, it becomes really hard to like stick to one person. But I do know that there is grace and there's forgiveness, and through counseling, you can definitely come out of that. But yeah, so another thing that I really noticed with Charlie Kirk and his wife, and I don't know if you watched videos of them, it's just how much they tell each other they loved each other, and you could see that they really they were in love, and that just makes me really sad for his wife. Just imagine losing someone like that you were so close to, that you really loved, and you could see that they were definitely in love, and my heart just broke for her, really. I feel so sad, and you could tell that he loved his wife, he loved his family. But yeah, the Bible says that we don't serve as those that don't have hope, because we know that we have hope. We're not like the others that just serve because they think that death is the end. Death is not really the end. For someone like Charlie Kirk, especially, death is really just the beginning of more things to come. So I want to talk about some of the controversial things. Some people did say that he's racist. Some people said that he's white supremacist that hates black people. He was racist. We can see that that's not true, because I saw this clip of this black guy in America that was saying that he really did help a lot of black people to go to the White House.
2019. Charlie Kirk helped a lot of young blacks get to the White House. He changed a lot of their lives. A lot of them never imagined going to the White House, and Charlie helped hundreds of young black boys and girls go to the White House. Charlie, thank you for that.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, man.
Charlie Kirk is not a racist.
I love this guy.
And he elevated people. He gave them a chance when no one would give them. He gave them platforms.
Sent me a direct message, and I'm going to show you what it said. This is almost 6 years ago exactly now, as of this video. I had not spoken to him in person or on social media. He started the conversation. You know what he said? 3 words. You are terrific. Now bear in mind, this is back before I was blessed with the followership I have now. I had fewer than 10,000 followers on Instagram, very small Facebook presence, wasn't even on TikTok at the time. But the fact of the matter is, this young man, this leader of Turning Point USA, reached out to me and saw something I had done. And he felt so moved that he reached out to me himself to encourage me. And then he went a step further. He invited me to the BLS, which is the Black Leadership Summit Turning Point USA was putting on in Washington, D.C. I told him, transparently, I was in between jobs and didn't have the money to fund my trip. He told me that they had scholarships available and to email him directly, and he'd be able to take care of it. I did, and that's the story of how I got to be a part of the Young Black Leadership Summit, which was instrumental in springboarding me to where I am today. Now, I share that story because he didn't have to do that. And if he was a racist person, why would he do that?
And the things that he was saying about the black community, I don't know how that can be controversial, really, because you have a people, they've gone through slavery. We cannot deny slavery was terrible. It had a bad impact. But it's like people want to hold on to that victim mentality and say that, oh, you're the cause of my problems. It's because of the white man that I cannot rise above my limitations. The white man has limited me. And that's just a victim mentality that nobody should have.
Based on what I heard earlier, I feel like you don't think I belong here.
Oh,
because
really? Why?
Of how I am a black man, and because of I'm not qualified enough
Are you?
to be here. Yes, I am.
Okay, great, then you belong.
But why do I have to prove that to you?
You don't. You brought it up, I didn't.
Okay, but can you explain to me your position on DEI?
Yes, people should not be in positions just because of the color of their skin. Hard stop.
Okay. I'm not a black American, but I came from Nigeria to Canada in my 20s. When I came here, I had a degree, but they didn't recognize my degree. So I had to really start from like cleaning jobs, working in fast food. And I also didn't stop with my degree. I went on, I got my designation, I got a master's degree. I kept on improving myself, learning every day. So I would say that the position that I got as a result of all these skills, all these additional things that I did was not because I was black, definitely. And if somebody said that I got it because I was black, that would be so false. Because every job I've ever done, most of the jobs I've ever done, I always I was even more qualified for it. So nobody can say that, oh, you got it because you're black.
No, and that black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, that's the you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have done that before.
That's not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't have done that before.
That's not who I am. That's not what I believe. That's not what I believe. But what it does is it makes us worse versions of ourselves, Megan. That's the whole point of what I was saying. Is that I now look at everything through a hyper-racialized diversity quota lens because of their massive insistence to try to hit these ridiculous racial hiring quotas. Of course, I believe anybody of any skin color can become a qualified pilot. That has never been my contention. I mean, it's silly. It's bigoted to think otherwise, right?
I remember one of the companies that I worked for, they also had DEI. And this company had a location in Canada and a location in the US. They produce DEI report every month. So in the US, they would report on black hires, like how many people did they hire in the month or in the quarter, whatever. In Canada, they would report on Indigenous hires. So they didn't really report on black hires in Canada, but they reported on Indigenous hires. So I feel like even the DEI thing is almost kind of two-faced, where it's like, oh yeah, we're only recognizing this group as a group that is qualified for DEI or whatever. But I think that Charlie Kirk's perspective has really been misconstrued in so many ways, because this is a person that was elevating the black community, telling them that they shouldn't wait on DEI, they shouldn't wait on somebody to come save them. It's really up to you. You have to come out of whatever you're in. You have to come out of poverty. And he was saying that one of the big issues with the black community was that the culture wasn't great for them. If you look at the top people in the black community, you talk about the rappers, the athletes, they were promoting a promiscuous lifestyle. They were not sticking with one woman. They were not fathers that were around for their families. And so when there's no strong family unit where there's a father and children grow up without fathers, it creates a problem, because now the family is scattered and there's no authority in the home. Like, I don't care how strong the mother is, there's always a need for a father. And I know that there's some circumstances that could be the exceptions, but when there's no strong father figure, it leads to poverty. And I think that was the point that he was trying to make.
Kind of has me like on the fence of whether or not I go kind of like full blown more like conservative or moderate, is just seeing how high.
Give it up. That is a gift from the Lord, everybody. Number one objective of any social welfare program should be, how do we keep the family together and put dads back in the family? Unfortunately, in the black community, dads are the most absent of any community. About 2/3 of all black youth will be raised without a stable father around. And I know it's crazy.
Regarding the black community, and people just really misconstrued what he said, and just a lot of smears and just a lot of wrong information out there. And when it comes to DEI, I think he clarified this a lot of times, that he was actually a proponent for merit-based hiring, merit-based college admission, not just because of the color of your skin. And I think that's really close to what Martin Luther King Jr. said. He said he hoped that people will be judged for the content of their characters and their abilities, not because of the color of their skin. And this is what Black people need. They don't need more money. They don't need more anybody to pay me nothing, even though, okay, I'm not a Black American, but I'm just going to say, like, as a Black person, I don't need anybody to hand me anything. I just want to be able to work for what I want. And okay, let's use YouTube, for example. Now, YouTube is a platform. Anybody can upload videos on YouTube. As far as it's original, you can upload your videos and you can make money of it. There's nobody stopping you, right? Like, I went to university, there's nobody stopping me. Like, even when I didn't have the money, because international students, most of the time in Canada, you don't get the opportunity for scholarships. I took loans and I paid my way, and now I'm paying back the loan. So it's just like, I don't know why Black people, they just have this mentality that somebody is oppressing them. And I saw this tweet by this guy saying that, I can't remember what he said, but I think the gist of it is white people see me as inferior. They don't want me to be superior. I'm just like, why do you care about the way, why do you care about the way anybody sees you? Like, you have to do things like rise above. Don't be a victim. Like, don't feel like somebody has to hand you something or somebody has to do something for you to come out. Black or white, you have to make your own way. You have to make your own path. And I think that's what Charlie Kirk was trying to do. And people were like, people want to bash him. They just want to like smear him, say that he was racist. He was never racist. And all of the things that he said are facts. Like, if you look at the Black community, the number of single motherhood, and not just in the US, like I look Jamaica too. I have a few Jamaican friends, and all of them that I know, they're all single mothers. I don't feel like that's a way that you should raise a generation, just on single motherhood. But again, people just want to pretend like this is not a problem or like there's no solution to it. The solution is not more handouts. Like, handouts have never really helped people. You really need to come out of it. You really need to work. You really need to be proactive about your destiny. Take your destiny in your hands and be successful. And I just want to talk about Nigerians too, because I've been on Twitter, and just some Nigerians are so ignorant. Like, they just see a clip and they think that they knew him, or they just kind of read something somewhere and they think that they knew him. I mean, in Nigeria, there's no white person oppressing us, so we don't have that problem. But Nigerians, in their mind, they feel like they need to align with Black Americans, like the liberal Black Americans, because they feel like they need to be in solidarity for them. But you don't even know the full story. Like, you don't live there. I remember I saw this tweet I shared on my WhatsApp that the so-called Nigerian liberals, right, they support Black Americans online until they move abroad and they avoid them and they would rather stay in a white neighborhood. That's just hypocrisy to me. And even the Black conservatives are coming out to speak and are saying that this is not the case. He's not a racist. He's not a racist. He loved the Black community, uplifted the Black community, and they would rather call them names than agree with them. But you want to agree with the liberal. But anyways, I do feel like this is a spiritual battle. Definitely, this was not something that was, like we say in my country, was not ordinary eye. Things like this happen for a reason. I know that there were so many ways. Like, if God wanted to save him, God would have. But I think that God was seeing the bigger picture, which as Christians, we should see the bigger picture. And if you're not a Christian, I'm just calling you to accept Jesus today. Like, it's just one day we're here, one day we're not. Like, you never know when your day is going to be. And if your day comes, can you comfortably say that you're going to go into heaven? Or you don't know. If you're not sure, then I call on you to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior today. I hope that you do accept him and find a Bible-believing church. And yeah, God bless you guys. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
For those of you that are not yet believers, it's very simple. You're going to have a court date. We all die. And you're all going to meet the supreme judge of the universe. Justice is getting what you deserve, which is going to a not so good place. We're all sinners and we all fall short of the glory of God. But thanks to the cross, a perfect, loving God who came down in human form, human flesh, lived a perfect life and died for us so that we can live forever. At that moment, when we're about to get that sentencing into eternal damnation, somebody says, no, I know him. I know her. Welcome to eternal life. You have an opportunity. The gospel in 4 words is Jesus took my place. 3 words is him for me. 2 words is substitutionary atonement. And 1 word is grace. Grace you cannot earn. Grace you do not pay for. It doesn't matter how much money you give to the hospital. You can't earn it. It doesn't matter if you're a good person. It doesn't matter if you have always done the best you can, because what's different about Christianity is that it's a gift for all of humanity to receive regardless of everything that we have done. and your life will be transformed. You will be born again. Grace is not earned. It is given by a God who loves you and wants to spend eternity with you. It is the most important decision you can make in your life. Here I am. God bless you guys. Thank you so much.